Welcome to Maths TV. Today we'll be going through practice questions, and these practice questions are related to the quadratic graphs. Quadratic graphs separately we have dealt in step-by-step revision videos in which we have already explained that how to draw these quadratic graphs and all the details, why opening upward, parabola is opening upward or downward, and how to complete the table of values as well. So better to go through those step-by-step revision three-part videos and then come to this quadratic graphs practice questions. I'll show you these related videos. You can also go through quadratic graphs part 1, part 2, part 3. Straight line graphs also improve your skills, and cubic graph is also another category which is very important for your exam. And these are other variation, direct and inverse variation part 1 and part 2 is also there for this one, and derivatives and turning points, maximum point and minimum point, how to find derivatives. These are also interesting videos for you. Let us move to the practice questions. This is the question which we have chosen from past papers for quadratic graphs. Equation is given, table of values we have to complete. This is 2 marks for table of values, then 2 marks to plot this one, and 1 mark for answering this question. So total 5 marks for this short question. It's very easy. So we'll go with the part 1, which is completion of table of values. We'll type the equation provided, which is x, so we'll use alpha x, and square, this is how we are calculating, minus 3 with the easier way, so this one minus 1. So we have written this equation. To double check, we will start with the given value, like calculate for minus 1, our answer should be 3. So this is 3 which we got. Now minus 2, so calculate for minus 2, and this value is 9, so we can write here 9. You'll have to take care of minus and plus signs, otherwise your graph will not be proper. So 2, so calculate x is equal to 2, and this is reflecting minus 3. So you can see it's very easy process, just you'll have to calculate this, and for 3 this will be equal to minus 1, and that's all. We have calculated all 3 values, or this job is done. Now we'll have to draw the graph. For plotting the graph, we'll be checking the same points indicating on the grid given. So minus 2 and 9, minus 2 over here, and plus 9. You will have to be careful for plus and minus. So this is the point. Then next point is minus 1 and 3. So minus 1 and 3 we can find. Minus 1 is this one, and 3 is over here, so we can mark it. The next point is 0 and minus 1. So 0 and minus 1. So this will be the point. And then comes 1 and minus 3. 1 and minus 3 will be this point marked. Now this is 2 and minus 3 as well. So 2 and minus 3, this one. And next point is 4 and 3. Next point is 3 and minus 1. So 3 and minus 1 will be this point. And 4 and 3, 4 and plus 3, so this will be the mark for this point. Now in this type of graph, in quadratic graphs, wherever you are getting 2 points and you are having a gap between them and they are in balance, so better to take another point which is x is equal to 1.5. so we can use calculator, within a second it will display. So calculate x is equal to 1.5, so 1.5, so this will be indicating as minus 3.25. so 3.3 is here, minus 3.25, so we can take over here roughly down, a little down. So this will be the curve, so it is bending downward like this, so we can indicate this bend over here. This is done. Now we can extend. This is how we are plotting this smooth curve. We can plot like this, and we can, according to our convenience, we can turn the page. as my convenience I'm turning like this, so you can also practice and plot the curve, smooth curves like this one, and also like this. It should be curved with not straight edge or ruler. So this one also done. Now the other side also we can plot like this one. So over here, which is done, so this one. So I'll show you the curve. Now this is done, complete curve is done, almost smooth. And use your graph to find the estimate, an estimate for the minimum value of y. So this is the minimum value of y, which we have taken with the calculator, which is minus 3.25. We can write here minus 3.25 or minus 3.3 you can write, so that will be accurate. This is the question which we have chosen for quadratic curves. This is the equation given, table of values we'll have to complete, which is 2 marks, and then we'll have to plot this one, which is also which is basically 4 marks. Plotting curve is 4 mark question, and then we'll have to answer this bit, and this is also 2 marks. So we'll deal with the table of values first, and we know we have to use calculator. Easily we can use this. So we'll type this equation, x square, so alpha x and square, and after squaring minus 5 and alpha x and plus 3. So this is the equation, which quadratic equation we have written on calculator. Now we will be taking one value which is already given to confirm that everything is fine. So calculate. For x is equal to 1, we should get minus 1. So when we press equal to, we'll getting minus 1. So our equation is correct. Now we are putting minus 1. So calculate for minus 1. This will be equal to 9. So we'll write here 9. Then calculate for 0. Calculate for 0. This will be equal to 3. So this is 3. Then we can calculate the last value. Calculate for 6. And this is 9. So we can use 9. So this is done, only 3 values we have to calculate, and you will get 2 marks. On the grid, we'll have to show these points, minus 1 and 9. So I'll move page a little so that you can see this. Minus 1 and 9. This is minus 1 and 9 is this one. So if we indicate, this will be the indication. 0 and 3, 0 and 3 will be this one. On y-axis, and 1 and minus 1, 1 and minus 1 is this, and then comes to 2 and minus 3, 2 and minus 3 will be this indication. Then comes 3 and minus 3, 3 and minus 3 will be this one. Then comes 4 and minus 1, 4 and minus 1 will be this cross. Then 5 and 3, 5 and positive 3, so this will be the cross. And 6 and 9, 6 and 9 is over here in balance with this one. So done, this is done. And if you check this one, these are at par, they are in balance, so we'll have to take a closer or middle value like 2.5 to get the indication that how it is curving from here. So calculate for 2.5. This is additional point which we are taking for our convenience. So this will be minus 3.25, and up to this one is minus 3, minus 3.25. We can take a little lower like this, and this is the lowest point which we have confirmed by the calculator. And now we have to plot the values, and for plotting values you will have to turn your page according to your convenience. So I will start from here, curving like this one, and I will move little and this one, so you can move page according to your convenience. You will have to practice this. Plotting curve requires a lot of practice, basically like this. No double lines allowed and no scales or straight edge, nothing. Just you'll have to plot this with your free hand, like you'll have to estimate first and then draw the line like this. So this is done, and then it should be like sharp line, as sharp as you can draw. And now turn the page like this, and we can estimate first and then plot this one. Hopefully we are drawing correct. So after this one we'll have to finish this last bit as well, and the curve drawn is over here, which we have drawn. After this drawing is 4 marks, which we have done. Then they are saying use the graph to solve this equation. And if you see this equation, x square minus 5x plus 3, which is same as this, so it means we can write this one as y is equal to 0. And y is equal to 0 is which line? Y is equal to 0 is x-axis basically. So your solution will be this point and this point. So these are the 2 points. X values you will have to mention over here, and this will be 0.7. So 0.7 plus minus you will have to take care of, and this is 4 and 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. So next value is 4.3. These two are the x values solutions. So this is done. This is the practice question for quadratic equations and quadratic graphs. Basically, this is the quadratic equation given x square y is equal to x square minus 2x minus 4. 2 marks for completing this table, and another 2 marks for plotting those points. So we will use calculator, and you know the easiest method is to take this one x squared and minus 2 and alpha x, this one minus 4. This is the equation written, and for minus 2 we can calculate for minus 2. This should reflect 4, so this is 4. So we have double checked this value. Then we are starting with minus 1, so calculate for minus 1. This is giving us minus 1, so this value is minus 1. Next is calculate for 2, and this is equal to minus 4, and calculate for x value 4, and this is giving us 4, so we can write here 4. This is done. 2 mark part is finished. Now we'll have to indicate the points on the given graph, and this is the graph given. First point is minus 2 and 4, so minus 2 and 4 you will have to check. Minus 2 and 4 is this point. You'll have to take care of plus and minus, and then next point is minus 1 and minus 1, minus 1 and minus 1 is this point. Then 0 and minus 4, 0 and minus 4 is this point, and 1 and minus 5, 1 and minus 5 is this point. Now next point is 2 and minus 4, 2 and minus 4 is this point. And next point is 3 and minus 1, so we can take 3 and minus 1 over here. And next is 4 and 4, so 4 this one and 4 over here. Hopefully you understood. These are the points, and we can check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 values for table. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We have plotted all the points, nothing missed. Now we will have to draw a smoother curve like this one, and we can plot like this according to your convenience. You can even turn the page also, so that you can smoothly draw. And if I move a little so that you can see, and this is the curve which we have drawn, and we can complete this side first. We'll have to join this with this one like this. So now we can try on the other side as well. So according to convenience, I'm rotating like this, but you can check your convenience. So but don't use scale, and don't use straight edge, don't use compass, anything else. Freehand curve is required. So this is the freehand curve which we have plotted. So this is a 4-mark question which is done. This is a practice question for quadratic equations, and we have done this x square. This type of questions we have already done. So x square minus 4x plus 2, we can complete this table of values by typing this one, alpha x squared and minus 4 and x, which is with alpha and plus 2. And this is the equation which we got. For minus 1 we will calculate for x is equal to minus 1. This is giving us 7, so we can write here 7. We can double check for x is equal to 0, so calculate for x is equal to 0. This should give us 2, so when we press equal to sign, this is giving us 2, so everything is fine. Now we can check for 2, so calculate for x is equal to 2. This is equal to minus 2. We have written here minus 2. Then for x is equal to 4, so calculate for x is equal to 4. This is giving us 2, so we are writing this. After this we have done with the table of values. 2-mark question we have completed. Now we have to indicate these points on the grid given. Minus 1 and 7 is the first point, so minus 1 and 7 is this one. And next is 0 and 2. 0 and 2 is this point. Next is 1 and minus 1. 1 and minus 1 is this one. Next value is 2 and minus 2. 2 and minus 2 we can get from here. Then 3 and minus 1 is this one. And next value is 4 and 2. You can check the table of values which we have already shown. 5 and 7 is this one. Hopefully you're following everything. If you check the table of values having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 values. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 we have plotted all. And now we have, next thing is we have to plot the smooth curve with free hand. So we can draw smoother curve by rotating page to our convenience. So we can draw like this. Then we will be rotating and drawing like this one. We'll have to complete the curve, freehand curve, and join this as well. So this is done. This is the curve which we have plotted, almost smoother curve, and for smoother curve you will get 2 marks. Thank you very much for watching Maths TV. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video as well, and recommend the channel to your friends and respected teachers.